Welcome to the Caloptima press conference this morning. Today is March 18th, 2022, and we're very pleased to have all of you here with us. My name is Michael Hunn. I am the Chief Executive Officer here at Caloptima, and we're very, very pleased to announce today our new mission and our vision. It is quite extraordinary. It is the first time since 1994 that our mission and vision have been updated. And the great work that has been undertaken to do that started with our board chair, Supervisor Andrew Doe, Chairman Doe here at Caloptima. I'd like to read to you our mission statement, which is here on the wall. To serve member health with excellence and dignity, respecting the value and needs of each person. Our vision to go forward, also here. By 2027, remove barriers to health access for our members, implement same-day treatment authorizations, and real-time claims payments for our providers, and annually assess members' social determinants of health. Those words really mean something. To serve, first and foremost. Caloptima has almost 900,000 members here in Orange County. We serve about 1 in 4 in the county of Orange. Many of our individuals that are on Caloptima are having health issues that need access to care. We provide that care through our partners, our medical groups, our doctors, our hospitals, our community clinics, other support services in the community, and other organizations that work together with us. In addition, Caloptima cannot do all this work without the collaboration of all the other community-based organizations and community services. We are very proud of the collaboration that we have undertaken here at Caloptima. That word serve is really critical. And to remove barriers, this vision, to remove any barrier to access, is a transformative goal. Today here we have a couple of other individuals that will be speaking. We work in great collaboration with the healthcare agency at the county, led by Dr. Clayton. In addition, in the behavioral health space, we've been working very closely with Mind OC and the Be Well Anita campus in behavioral health, and their CEO, Marshall Moncrief, is here today. I want to thank all of you for being here to highlight this. And what I want to emphasize to those that are either live stream or listening or will be given news reports on this day is that this is truly a transformative time. Again, this is the first time since 1994 that we have updated the mission and the vision. And that's the transformative work that we're going to undertake. It is a great privilege for me to get to work with our Caloptima board. The genesis of this revised mission and vision is our board chair, Andrew Supervisor Doe. I am very pleased now to introduce Supervisor Doe.
Thank you very much, Michael. Good morning. Thank you to all of you for being here. And I want to thank all of the directors on the Caloptima board of directors and some of our providers to take the time to be here today. Before I discuss our new vision and our mission here at Caloptima and maybe fill in some of the details for you, I would like to acknowledge that yesterday the board voted unanimously to name Michael Hunn as our permanent CEO at Caloptima. And it's important to recognize that Michael Hunn is our permanent CEO, and with him he brought a new team of managers who will, together with Michael, be the ones that actually do the work. Now, the importance of that to me as chairman of the board here at Caloptima is I can dare to have a vision. I can dare to plan But if I don't have a team that is competent, that is able, then it would be just an empty hope. It would just wishful thinking. But because we do have a great executive team here at Caloptima, led by Michael Hahn the last 4 months, but primarily put together by Michael, that I feel that Caloptima is at a point where we are more than just an insurer. We are more than just a health provider coverage for almost 900,000 of Orange County residents. But we actually can be a pioneer. We can be that cutting edge in changing the narrative when it comes to patient care. And what does that mean when I say that? When we talk about barriers to care, especially for lower income residents, we are talking about the ability and the time and the opportunity to go see doctors, to get the care that they need. If people feel compelled to go see a doctor, that means they have a need that needs to be dealt with urgently. People don't just make appointments, wait for days, sometimes weeks to see a doctor, just as a precaution. That's just not how it is in life. But when people make an appointment and then they go there and then the problem is diagnosed and then they have to wait to get authorized, to get the treatment that they deserve and that they need. And sometimes that process can take days, if not weeks. The problem exacerbates. And then they have to then find the time again to make an appointment and find transportation, childcare, take time off from work. And for lower income residents, these become barriers that prevent people from getting timely and necessary care. So with that in mind, the question I ask myself is, what can we do? What can we do to overcome those challenges, to really reduce the barriers to proper medical care? And when we think of technology and the advancement that we have, both in terms of automation, but also artificial intelligence, we use those technologies in everything we do in life, whether it be sometimes driving a car or let the car drive itself, or when you apply for a loan and banks use artificial intelligence in order to assess your credit risk. So I asked myself, what if we incorporate those technologies in the health space, which is something that people have tried to some degree, but not in earnest? What if the Caloptima is that agency? What if we take the lead and we make it a goal for us to work and use technology in order to help provide better member care? And so I sat down with Michael and we brought in our Chief Information Officer, Wael Yunan, and we asked him, Wael, can we do this? Is technology at a point now where we can actually realistically aim within 5 years to use technology in order to provide same-day treatment authorizations? Same day. What that means is within 24 hours, and that also means we have staffing that will allow for the 24-hour-a-day processing of treatment authorizations. And the answer was clearly yes. And in fact, not to put pressure on Wael, but he said he can even do it sooner than that. But just to be conservative, we're going to keep to the 5-year plan. And so I am, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to submit to you that this goal here in terms of same-day treatment authorization is a game changer. If a patient can get the same-day authorization so that they don't have to face all of the barriers that I mentioned earlier in terms of getting healthcare, think of the significance of that to the community. It is more than just convenience. We are talking here about taking care of people so that way their health doesn't get worse because of the delay or because of barriers, difficulty, challenges in terms of finding the time, transportation, the means in order to get the care that they need. Now, at the same time we develop this technology, we can use that technology also to develop real-time claims payments to providers, to doctors, to hospitals. Why is that important? We want as many doctors and providers to become part of our network as possible. Then that way we give our members choice. And the more choices people have, the more comfortable they are with the doctors they have, and then the more they access the care. In the long run, a better health for our members translates to lower cost. To Caloptima, to the system. Because ultimately, the system is paid for by our tax money. And so the efficiency here is in having doctors feeling now that they don't have to wait for 2 months or 3 months for payment. They can get real-time processing as to their claims. That is also a game changer. I will tell you that there will be many more providers that will feel like now we don't have to face all these barriers, all the challenges of trying to argue with people why we should get paid for the services that we provide. And we will use artificial intelligence to refine that process, right? Notice I make a distinction between automation and artificial intelligence. Automation is just simply just check the box, and wherever human factors come in, we just replace the human and do it by computer, so it's faster. But that is a rote process. Artificial intelligence is deeper. It draws from diagnosis, from reports, from data that we have in order to assess how necessary was this service, how legitimate was it. And then over time, the process, the computer will learn itself to be better and better and be more refined and more accurate. And so over time, this system will just get more efficient with time. And so we will be able to achieve the goals, I think, even faster in the future. The third one is, to me, probably the most important one of all. As important as treatment for patients and payment to providers is, the annual assessment of determinants of health. That's a kind of a new term of art. When we think about our physical and mental health, they don't exist just in a vacuum, in isolation. They are basically the results of other factors in our lives, whether it be housing, food, lack of transportation. All of these difficulties in our life impose difficulty, challenges to ourselves, and then in dealing with those challenges, that's how sometimes our health and our mental health suffer. And so using the open enrollment period, which we all know what they are. Every year we have to fill out that form in order to check the box and select the provider, the health network that we want to belong to. And we check that box and we sign it and we send it back. Well, if we are already involved in that process, and all of us, most of us have that, except for the uninsured, then why not take the time as an agency to get to know our members, to get an update on where they are. Are they facing food insecurity, housing insecurity? Are they taking care of an ill, ailing family member? And if so, does that then impose challenges like not being able to keep a job or having to work part-time only? Then that causes a financial constraint on the family. Like, these are all things that are tied in together. And the more that we know the challenges, the better we are in helping our members, so that way situations don't get much worse to the point where then they become crises. And that's where together these new visions, and I'm so grateful that the board supported this yesterday by, again, a unanimous vote. And the vision and the mission will also refine through the collaborative process between the board, myself and staff, and with our stakeholders as well. So So we got a lot of feedback, and so we refined this process because we want this to be something that the community understands and the community will embrace. And so at this time, that's it. Do we? Oh, okay. Thank you. This is how it goes, okay? All right, next up, I would like to introduce the Vice Chair of the Caloptima Board of Directors, Mr. Clayton Corwin.
Thank you, Chairman Doe. Good morning, everybody. These are exciting times at Caloptima. We've seen a lot of changes, virtually all for the positive. The announcements today really represent innovation in how we can best serve our members and our providers, while at the same time running the business of this health system in the most productive and efficient manner possible. The investment in our IT system can be transformative in so many ways. Andrew's outlined many of them, and we look forward to those results coming over the next 3 to 5 years. What it really does, however, it's not so much about the investment per se. It provides this system and this team with the tools to provide best-in-class service, not only for our members and our providers, the entire community that's so important to Caloptima. From a county-wide perspective, it also gives us opportunities for greater health information sharing among all the important agencies that deal with the most vulnerable in this county. The Orange County Healthcare Agency, Social Services, Caloptima itself. So the advantages here are multifold. We look at the investment and its investment in the community. It breaks down really to a little over $100 per member. I can say unequivocally today that the benefit to our members will be many, many fold that over the years to come. And through that, the investment is in our community, in all our members. And in fact, it impacts the quality of life for everybody who lives in this county. As we often say, and as the motto of the organization, better together, and that applies to all of us. So thank you for your time. Thank you for coming out today. I also want to thank Andrew for his creation, his innovative thinking. He touched on much of this to bring some thinking that maybe has been absent from the healthcare space for a long time to get us to what will be a leadership position for years to come. Thank you very much.